you have to trust that it's not really in our power anyway. Like that's really what I've come to is that it's not any one of our power. Like, these are epochal forces. These are these are these are forces of consciousness that's at work here. So, like it's like, what's the point of getting upset? I should say, not getting upset. It's okay. Like, it's
or
an emotion,
angry.
right? But like using that emotion to create something from it, right? Using our emotions of anger to create something is all that we can do. There's nothing you're going to do in the face of, it was like during 2020, like you weren't going to stop the lockdowns, right? No one was. Even like, it's like it was clear. And you read someone like Scott Atlas's book, and it was clear. There was nothing you could present. There was no evidence you could present that was going to stop the lockdown policy of Fauci, Birx, and company, right? Because they weren't, because it was already written, it was already planned, right? It was
Written
already,
in
so
stone.
there was nothing you were going to do to change that. Exactly. So it's like the same with, that's just one example of like like what I consider like major historical events or the nature of what's unfolding in reality. It's never like, people think, oh, if there's no Hitler, there'll be no World War. It's like, no, you're dealing with forces of nature, of cosmic forces. This is God's universe. There's an order that's far beyond any of our comprehension. So to sit there and go like, well, all you need is one person to change it. It's like, no, it's already written. And MLK is writing a force of what is basically of that time period of a zeitgeist, right? And he's at some moments working with it, at some points, maybe leading it with his voice and with his courage. But there's a zeitgeist. And so oftentimes we've created this idea of like stars because we watch movies and we watch the films and we say like, oh, there's the movie star and he's the hero and he's the guy that saves the day. And think about it, like, no, it's scripted. It's a whole scenario. It's been brought to you by thousands of people, right? That's just the movie, right? Same with that. Now magnify that by tens and hundreds of thousands. That's the nature of consciousness. And that's only a drop in the consciousness of what is God. So there's no point in going like, well, if enough people wake up, forget it. It doesn't matter. Things are happening and they're inevitable. The question is, where do you want to be during the tsunami? Do you want to be at that crest of the wave? Do you want to be riding that wave? Or do you want to be the house that gets destroyed by it? Because really, that's all that we're dealing with now. We're dealing with inevitabilities.